For you guys that haven't used Statseeker before, we're an SNMP-based network monitoring tool, and we should be monitoring every device, every interface on your network about every 60 seconds. We've got clients that have been using us for the last over a decade in a lot of cases, and I've actually spoken to clients recently who've got 1 minute granularity data going back over a decade. And for these guys, the starting point was normally the Statseeker console. So you've got a time filter on the right that'll let you go back to any data you choose. Next, moving from right to left, you can filter via IP address or system name. We've got group filters here, so you can choose all groups, routers, physical locations, particular device types, routers, switches, areas of responsibility, physical characteristics. You can make the groups to suit whatever it is you need. And on the left-hand side there, I'll zoom in so you can see a little better. We've got a whole list of available reports, which are there straight out of the box. So if you click on the top X of a network, we'll see the device status outages, interface utilizations, bits per second, and these are the top 20 in each case. If I wanted to drill down on something here, let's say that one there looks like a very high, to find out more detail on a lot of things and a lot of reports in Statseeker, you can just click to drill down. But looking at the last 12 hours doesn't really help. We keep all of our data, so we can choose a completely different time frame. Show me the last 60 days, for example, and then I can see a pattern. Is this behavior normally this spiking we've got at the moment? It looks like on Mondays it's pretty run-of-the-mill, and it's what we'd expect on that interface. And from here as well, we can also open a 1 second poller. So if we're changing some characteristics affecting a particular interface, some of the apps that are running, we can poll that particular interface every second, see the data that's come in, and verify the effect that a change has had. But we're not saving this to the server. You can see in the top right, the refresh time. Statseeker gets around the entire network every minute. So this data will be new in a minute. And any report can be exported as a PDF. It can be added to a summary report that you might want to send on a weekly basis, say to management, or you might want to email it straight away. Let's say in this case, to show the effects of repatching a particular interface. So any of the data you see on the screen, you can take away and add to reports that are scheduled reports or a result of an alert. We can see all kinds of data here. You can see the graph's pretty long, IP SLAs, temperatures, utilizations, some of its graphs, some of its data, SLA information, device overview. So if I say I'd like to see syslogs that are reporting on my network, I can just click, open that up. And then in here, I've got no filters on there at the moment, but let's say I only want to see information relevant to Berlin, where I am. Okay, I've only got one there. Let's choose a more interesting group, plus routers. There's quite a few in there. And let's say I want to see that down. So I can filter and organize this. Again, this can be exported. And because there's no graphs in here, this can also go out as a CSV. And you can drill down to any documentation. We might not want syslogs. We might want, let's say you're going to site. You want to make sure which of the interfaces are unused. After you've had Statseeker installed for 90 days, we'll give you unused interface reports. And that'll, two benefits to that really. The first one is you know which you can pull a cable out of and use again. The other advantage, of course, is when you're expanding, deciding if you need more infrastructure, you can see exactly how much of your real estate you've got at the moment you're actually using. So you've got a whole list of graphs, tables, and information there. A lot of it starting from the device viewer if I choose a device, that'll be a good starting point. Let's say we want a switch in Bangalore. When I open that up, I'll get a quick view of basic device stats, each of the interfaces, and a list of reports on the left. And the list of reports on your version will only include reports that are relevant to the device you selected, whether it's a UPS or a firewall. The other option is the dashboards. So when you go to your dashboards home, you will have 5 interfaces here, dashboards here in the bottom left. They'll all be in there by default. If I open up the interface overview, this one dashboard lets you view any interface on the network. Once it's open, you can just select the device and the group of interfaces or the interface that's relevant to you. So if I'm really most interested in, let me go back to Berlin, not that I'm prejudiced, everything should update on here. I'll zoom out a little bit so you can see better. And I can say, show me all interfaces, or just show me, let's say, the link to the router. And then these will filter down to just one. I can see the current status on that and what the current data is. But the interesting thing is, apart from being able to select in the top left, any of these graphs, if I see something that looks like anomalous behavior, I can click and drill down. Like, I think, looks like I've got a bit of a spike there. Click and drag. Everything on the dashboard will drill to exactly this time frame that I've chosen. And I can see what's going on everything. If there's a particular value I want to see, let's see that this one is purple. Yeah, okay, that looks kind of okay. Control to select multiple values and Shift to select groups. If 10's too many on the graphs, change it to 3. Let's say I've drilled down, I've seen where the problem is, but I want to see it over a longer time frame. In the top right, I can choose, please show me the last 7 days. And then I'll see the trend over the last 7 days. It could be that I say, look, I don't just want to see the last 7 days. I want to see, I've got complaints coming in from January. So please show me the whole of January. I'll choose the first date, choose the last date, apply. And because we retain all the data, all of these graphs will still have the full granularity. I can still look at the whole of January once it's finished updating and drill down on any issues I've got inside that time frame. So you've got a lot of flexibility on the dashboards. This one is the interface overview. We've got an asset overview. Again, you can drill down to what you need. Device overview, choose whichever device from your entire network you're interested in, or choose from a group. MAC IP, which here is disappointingly light. This is a demo version, so we're not showing all of the MAC IPs here, and a network summary. And when you've got views like a network summary, as well as being able to drill down in particular areas, this is the kind of thing that you might choose to put onto your playlist. So when you go to manage the dashboards, there's a couple of different options there, as well as being able to put together a playlist of dashboards that you've chosen. That could be 5, 10, or 2 dashboards that automatically play. You can also use preferences like change the color coding and say, okay, I want, for me in particular, I prefer my dashboards to be dark. So then when we refresh them, you'll see the dashboards come back with a dark theme. And as well as having these out-of-the-box dashboards, Statseeker can use and allows you to tailor the dashboards to suit your own needs. Just wait till that refreshes. I imagine your server will be somewhat faster. I'm working over one in Australia at the moment. So when you open up dashboards, you can incorporate into here things like maps showing locations, schematics, allowing you to drill down on particular devices, external sources. We can put a dashboard together that just shows the current alerts. Of course, with something like this, you're going to want to make sure you put a refresh time in there. You can have dashboards showing inventory. Say, please just show me, not all groups, just show me one particular section. All of these things you can put together exactly the way you choose. Rather than Central Europe, please show me everything. And maps will update in real time. So if there's only one device down, the map will zoom to show you exactly where that is. And you can incorporate images into the back, so you're seeing current statuses and anything you like, whether it's a schematic diagram or a physical image. So that's basically Statseeker. And if you've got any questions, you can reach me, paul.lambert@statseeker.com. Thanks a lot.